What's going on, everybody? Courtside Obi here today. Guys, please forgive me about my lighting. I just got my lighting set up and I'm not really sure how to use it efficiently yet, so until I figure out how to optimize it, everyone just please forgive me for the wonkiness of the lighting. But anyways, today we have a very special review, the Yeezy Season 2 Crepe Boot in Oil.
Girl, lately I've been stressing, I just need to come confess, and I've been second guessing our whole essence. We can take it farther if you let us.
Now guys, I actually wanted this pair when it first came out, and I did have the funds available, but I decided not to pull the trigger. Now why I decided not to pull the trigger is just something I had to live with, but not anymore because I got the pair. So anyways, these were more limited than the tan pair, and they are available right now at YeezySupply.com. I don't really have too much to say about these because they have been out for a while, so I'm just gonna try to fly through it and give a quick little review. And I'm not even gonna front, guys, like I wore these a lot of times and they haven't taken too much of a beating. I've had people spill their drinks on it at a party. So these do hold up better than the tan pair, but if you take a close look at the crepe sole, you can see all the mileage I put on it. Guys, these are crepe boots, so like even though it's black, everything's gonna stick to the sole. I tried to get everything out, nothing would come out, just had to live with it. It doesn't take away from the aesthetic of the shoe, so I'm not too concerned about anything that has happened thus far. So the base of the shoe is a crepe sole, but don't let that fool you. This crepe sole is not rock hard, and it's not squishy either. I want to say it's firm. So yeah, we're gonna go with firm, guys. Moving upwards, we have our calfskin suede. It's very buttery, and a lot of websites were describing the suede as brown. The suede is kind of like a faded black, kind of like the Fear of God vintage drawstring pants. So moving on upwards, we have brown stitching, so I can see why websites like ASOS describe these boots as black and brown. However, they are black with brown stitching, which I do like the brown stitching. It provides good contrast to the boot, just as opposed to being boring and just having like a monotone color. So the aglets are not reflective, but they are glossy and light does bounce off of them. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Moving on to the inside, we have leather. Your shoe size is on the front of the tongue. I went with a size 47 because that is the US equivalent of a size 13 in European size. I'm gonna drop the chart right here so you guys can see. Engraved on the insole is Season 2. The leather on the inside is kind of like a tannish color. I forgot to mention the stitching is done wonderfully. There's 3 lines that connect going across right here, this area, whatever you would call that. Moving to the back of the shoe, we have a pull tab. We've seen these on the Yeezy 950 duck boots, and the contrast on those is with red stitching on the Yeezy duck boots. These ones have the same stitching all the way around, which is just a sort of brownish type tone. That being said, that's a quick look at the shoe. Like I said, like stuff does stick to the shoe because it is a crepe sole, and you won't be able to get most of it out, but it doesn't compromise the aesthetic. One thing that I did not like about the crepe boot is me having wider feet. It doesn't take me too long to get them on, but it sometimes does feel like a little bit of a hassle trying to get my foot in there. I have to kind of force it, but once I get in, there is a lot of room and I'm very comfortable. Now I said I got a size 47, which is the US equivalent of 13, and that's my size, but I do confidently feel like I could have gone with the size 46, which would be about a US 12. Because there is like half an inch of extra toe room, but I love this size and I don't think I would change. Just letting you guys know, because it really depends on how you like your shoes to fit. If you like your shoe to have that little extra room like I do, go with these. That just gives you more space, more room. If you don't, you can comfortably, based on my foot, you can comfortably size down. Now, don't take my word 100% for it, because you know everybody's feet are different, but I have wide feet and I'm just giving you guys my situation as a reference. One thing I don't like about the Crepe boot is it kind of like crimples, like the back doesn't hold its form too well. You'll see, like, even when you have it on, it just kind of crumples a little bit, but it's nothing too bad. It's just I kind of prefer a boot that's going to hold its form the whole way through. It's kind of like the Yeezy 950 duck boot. I had that boot in Pirate Black and I ended up selling it, which I kind of regret, but at the same time I don't, because I chose the size 11 and it was too suede, too small for me. I could fit in it surprisingly and I could get through it a lot easier than these, but when it came to space at the toe area, it was killing my foot, so I had to get rid of them. So now I'm gonna cut to this quick on foot, and then I'll be back to tell you guys if these boots are worth the price.
Found out that you had for me. I found out that you had someone. Every time I get this drunk, I hope I wake up in another place. I roll up behind it, I wanna try it. Cook on your waves, bust up the place, time to rise. You from behind it, you still riding. I got.
So, moment of truth. Do I think these boots are worth $645? The answer is no. Now, I say that because with any designer item that you're buying, whether it be an off-white t-shirt, we know that that's not worth what it is worth. When you're paying for Fear of God or even the Fog Drop at PacSun, we know those shirts are not worth $70, but we're paying to be a part of the brand, and we know that the designer has to make a payout. We're paying that premium for the exclusivity, and even when you're talking about like a Yeezy 350 Boost or a V2 or anything like that, we know that it costs a little bit more than it costs to make a rush run, and we're looking at resale, and people willingly go and pay resale. So these boots obviously are not worth $645. They are worth a premium. Would I feel comfortable paying $645? Obviously, because I did. But if I would say to select a fair price point, maybe around the 400 mark for these, they are still available on Yeezy Supply. I feel like in 3 or 4 months, they're not going to be available anymore, and people are gonna start charging these like up to 800. Like, it's hard for me to even find some 950s now, though. It's coming out to 800. Even looked on Go, and the only place I would end up purchasing from for resale is probably Go, because these guys are just pros at legit checking. They're gonna do a more thorough legit check than I could ever do. So if you liked this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe. Let's get those subscribers up, guys. Courtside Obi, thanks for watching.
Watch out for me, I'm about to close.